So we'll go on to what happens in that situation if they try and, or if they close the distance, keep really good knee and elbow connection, how we can break that. It's relatively easy to do it. It's not hard. So again, grab right on the pant legs when he gets this set up for his open guard, lasso guard, whatever. I pinch the knees, push away. And I keep my elbows stiff. I'm not bent and walking away. I'm stiff. I'm pushing into him. It's hard for him to push his legs away because I've got all my weight on them almost. I come push to the side. I walk around. I can grab the collar. So, in the situation where he lets go of my top sleeve and he keeps really good knee and elbow connection and he's staying tight, it's making it hard for me to get into this side control. I can't push him in. All I'm going to do is I'm going to drive the knee that's closest to holding his leg. I'm just going to wedge it in between, push him out, and get side control. It's really easy. All I'm doing is I'm just driving a wedge in between. So if he goes to his side and he's keeping that, I'm driving a wedge in, right? Trying to wedge my knee in. So that's why I want to stay standing up until I get here. For that reason, as if he closes that all up, I can drive a wedge in. Even then, I can drive him up into the knee up belly. I've got my grip set up. I've got a pant grip. I've got a collar grip. I've got good knee on belly. Or I can keep this in and I drive him in side control. Right? That's one option of when he does it. So I'll go over it again very quickly. He gets this set up. Grab onto the pant legs. As long as I'm getting it, I don't have to be precise on where I get it. As long as I'm getting material. It doesn't have to be a lot. Pinching, stiffening my arms straight. And you see I'm bent kind of away, keeping pressure on his knees. It's hard for him to straighten his legs out or get control. Even if he does that, I can push them right to the ground. So again, I drive to the side and I punch the floor with the top hand. I walk around. I'm still standing at this point, and I grab onto the collar. Right? He's got his good knee and elbow connection, and drive my wedge in. And whatever I can get, if I can get knee on belly, sure. If I can drive him into side control, sure. Whatever I get. And to make it easy to getting into side control, I'm using this pant grip. I'm just driving his leg around. It makes him roll with it. Right? So let's try that. Next, what we can get into is if they hook onto the feet, and then we'll go into moving into a mount or getting more dominant control in the side control position. So we start all the same, and we'll just keep going with the same setup. Got the pant leg, boom, and walk around, grab the collar. This time, he manages to get one of his legs hooked into me, right inside. Even there, that's fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do what's called a backstep. I'm going to drive my knee in between. I'm going to backstep, and I can come around. He opens himself up in the side control. I'm going to push him in. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into switch base. Okay? Now I've got one arm under the head, keeping pressure onto him. I'm nice and tight. Notice how my foot is on the toes. It's not flat. I'm on my toes and I'm putting just enough pressure. See how my hip comes up? That's all I want. I don't want to be excessive with it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take his whole jacket out. I'm going to pass it around. As I'm passing it around, I'm going back into my normal side control, and I pass his jacket to my other hand. And now I've got a lot of control, and I'm keeping a lot of shoulder pressure. I'm driving with my shoulder, I'm driving it into his jaw, and I'm pulling on that jacket. It's really uncomfortable for him. Now, he can do whatever he wants here. He can try and shove me, he can do whatever he wants. Tries to shove, he's not going anywhere. Tries to turn into me, he's not going anywhere. Because I've got control of his jaw or his head, I'm making him look a certain way. he can't do anything. Right? Now all I gotta do is just, I can attack from here, or I can get points in competition. So what I can do is knee on belly, go in the mount, and then I can let go. And I just scored points. Then I can start attacking, doing what I want. So start again. And it's all the same setup. I'll do it the opposite way this time. So pinch, push away, drive down. I walk around, and I grab the collar. He hooks one of my legs. If he gets that hook in, as if he's trying to turn back into me, I drive that in, and I'm backstepping. I'm keeping all my weight on him, and I'm making sure I'm not losing this leg grip. If I lose this, he's going to be able to bridge, turn into me, or do what he wants to get me off. That's why I have to keep this. It's going to make it hard for him to do whatever, and I'm pinning him with the collar. Once I backstep, I can move into side control, and then I can let go of that collar or that pant grip, and I've got one arm under the head, and I'm nice and tight. I'm going to go into our switch base, so all I'm doing, like the Shakare move, or the Spider-Man crawl, I'm doing that movement. I put one hip to the ground, one leg up. And I'm keeping shoulder pressure on him. It's uncomfortable for him. I'm going to grab a collar, or I'm going to grab his jacket. I'm going to loop it under. And as I loop it under, I'm going back into my side control. Nope, lost here. If I can get more material up by his head, the better. It's harder for him to get any control. Even just holding this, it's hard. So I'm trapping this shoulder. I'm nailing it to the ground. And then to add extra discomfort, I'm driving my shoulder forward. That forces him to look this way, so the only way he can go to get out is to expose his back to me. Right? But I want to get some points in a competition setting. I'm going to go knee on belly. So my leg that's closest to his hips goes up across his belly, and I stick my other leg straight out and away. It's not up by his foot, it's down, closer to his hips. And I can stay nice and heavy on him. I don't have to get up for it. I can stay nice and low, and I can keep all this neck pressure, or this head pressure, and this pressure on the shoulder. I dismount or I mount, and I can still either keep this pressure, get good controlled position, rest for a minute, or I can pop up and start attacking. You want to see it one more time? Or are you good? You want to see it one more time? Right. Again, very quickly. I won't drain it out like I just did. Grab onto the pants. Remember, it doesn't have to be anywhere specific as long as I'm grabbing, pinching, pushing away, pinning the legs, and I'm punching with the top hand. Step around, or I hop around. I go for the collar. He hooks in, and he gets a good hook. He gets a really good hook, and he's starting to get control. I drop my leg, and I backstep. Right? And I'm keeping this leg pinned, and I'm making sure he can't drive or anything, and I'm pinning with the collar grip. Then I can move into side control, drive him out. I let go of the leg, and I've got that under, or the position under the head. Move into my switch base. I'm staying heavy. I can pull the jacket out. It goes under the shoulder, and as I do that, I'm moving back in and getting as much as I can. And I'm pulling and shoving my shoulder into his jaw. I can move into knee on belly, move into mount, stay low, get my points, and then sit up and get my attacks. Let's try that.